Have you ever noticed a small, itchy spot on your skin and wondered if it could be something much more serious in old age? As we grow older, it's easy to dismiss certain changes as just part of aging: dry skin, minor irritation, a patch that feels slightly rough. Most seniors assume it's nothing. But here's the truth: some itchy spots are harmless, while others can quietly signal something that deserves attention. In this video, we're going to talk about 5 specific itchy spots that seniors must never ignore. From areas that may indicate circulation problems to spots that could signal skin conditions requiring medical care, each one carries important information about your health. Stay with me until the end, because understanding these 5 warning signs may protect not only your skin but your overall well-being and independence. Number 1. An itchy spot on the back that you cannot see. One itchy spot that seniors must never ignore is an itchy area on the back, especially one that you cannot clearly see yourself. The back is one of the most common places for skin changes to go unnoticed simply because it is out of sight. After 70, when skin becomes thinner, drier, and more fragile, this lack of visibility can quietly become dangerous. An itchy spot on the back that does not heal, changes in color, develops irregular borders, becomes raised, or begins to bleed can sometimes indicate skin cancer, including melanoma. What makes this especially concerning is that itching may be one of the earliest warning signs. Many seniors assume that if something is not painful, it is not serious. But pain is often a late symptom. Early warning signs are frequently subtle. Years of sun exposure accumulate on the back. Many older adults spent decades gardening, fishing, golfing, or working outdoors without consistent sun protection. That is why, after 70, small changes deserve more attention than they did at 40. Consider a man named Walter, age 82, who noticed a mild itching sensation between his shoulder blades. He thought it was dry skin and asked his grandson to apply lotion occasionally. Over time, the itching persisted. One day, his daughter noticed that the area looked darker and slightly uneven in shape. When he had it examined, it was diagnosed as early-stage melanoma. Because it was caught early, treatment was straightforward and successful. If it had been ignored longer, the outcome could have been very different. The deeper message here is about awareness and partnership. Since you cannot easily inspect your own back, it's wise to ask a trusted family member or caregiver to check it occasionally. Even using a handheld mirror once a month can make a difference. You don't need to examine yourself daily, but you should not ignore persistent signals either. There is no weakness in seeking reassurance. There is strength in protecting your future. Your independence, comfort, and peace of mind are worth far more than temporary hesitation. Number 2. An itchy spot on the lower legs. Another itchy spot that seniors must not ignore is persistent itching on the lower legs, especially around the shins and ankles. Many older adults assume this is simply dry skin, and yes, dryness becomes more common after 70. But when itching on the lower legs is ongoing, intense, or accompanied by discoloration or swelling, it may signal circulation problems. As we age, blood flow to the lower extremities can become less efficient. Veins may struggle to return blood upward against gravity. This condition can lead to venous insufficiency, where blood pools in the lower legs. Over time, this pooling increases pressure in the veins, causing inflammation or even develop open sores if circulation problems persist. It often starts subtly: a small patch that feels itchy in the evening, a slight change in color. Consider a woman named Eleanor, age 82, who noticed persistent itching around her ankles. She believed it was simply dry winter skin and applied lotion occasionally. Over time, the skin darkened and became thickened in certain areas. When she finally sought evaluation, she learned that she had significant venous circulation issues that required medical management. The key point is that itching in this area is not always about the surface of the skin. It can reflect what is happening underneath. When blood flow is compromised, the tissues do not receive adequate oxygen and nutrients. This can create inflammation and discomfort that manifests as itching. There's also an emotional layer to this. Many seniors minimize their symptoms because they don't want to seem fragile. They've spent decades being strong and self-sufficient. But strength in your 70s and 80s means recognizing when your body is asking for attention. If you notice persistent itching on your lower legs, especially if it's paired with swelling, skin discoloration, or slow-healing cuts, it deserves a conversation with a healthcare provider. Early intervention can prevent more serious complications. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Number 3, an itchy spot under the breast or chest area. Another itchy spot that seniors should never ignore is persistent itching under the breast in women or beneath the chest area in men. This region is often warm, covered, and prone to moisture, especially many older adults assume that itching in this area is simply irritation from sweat, fabric friction, or heat. And in many cases, that may be true. But when the itching continues for weeks, spreads, or is accompanied by redness, discoloration, cracking, or unusual odor, it may signal something more serious. As we age, the immune system gradually becomes less responsive. The skin's natural barrier weakens. Areas where skin touches skin, particularly beneath the breast or along the chest folds, can trap moisture. Warmth and moisture create the perfect environment for fungal or bacterial overgrowth. What begins as mild irritation can slowly develop into a painful rash if left untreated. The early stage may feel harmless, a slight itch in the evening, a mild burning sensation after a warm shower. But over time, the skin may become shiny, red, or tender. Small cracks can form. Infections can spread outward. Seniors sometimes try powders or over-the-counter creams without proper diagnosis, which may temporarily mask symptoms but fail to treat the underlying cause. Consider a woman named Lorraine, 77, who noticed persistent itching beneath her breast during the summer months. She believed it was heat-related and used powder daily. Weeks passed. The area became red and irritated. Eventually, she developed soreness that made it uncomfortable to wear a bra. When she finally consulted a healthcare provider, she learned she had a fungal infection that required prescription treatment. Because she addressed it before deeper tissue damage occurred, recovery was smooth. Had she waited longer, the inflammation could have worsened significantly. There is also another layer of importance here. In rare cases, persistent itching or unusual skin after 70, it's easy to attribute every skin change to aging. But aging does not eliminate the need for attention, it increases it. Your skin becomes more vulnerable. Small problems can escalate more quickly than they did decades ago. There's also the emotional aspect. Many seniors feel uncomfortable discussing issues involving the breast or chest area. Some hesitate because they believe it's embarrassing. Others fear they're overreacting. But wisdom in later life is not about ignoring signals. It's about responding calmly and responsibly. Simple preventive habits can make a significant difference: keeping the area clean and dry, wearing breathable fabrics, changing out of damp clothing promptly, monitoring for persistent redness or unusual texture. If itching continues despite these measures, it deserves professional evaluation. Listening to your body is not weakness, it's self-respect. An itchy spot in this area may be minor and easily treated. But ignoring persistent irritation can lead to infection, discomfort, and unnecessary complications. After 70, paying attention to subtle changes allows you to maintain comfort, confidence, and independence. Your body is not creating problems to frustrate you, it is sending information. And when you respond early, you protect your future well-being. Number 4, a persistent itchy spot on the scalp. One itchy spot that seniors must never ignore is a persistent itchy area on the scalp. Many older adults assume that scalp itching is simply dryness, especially after 70, when skin naturally becomes thinner and less oily. But when an itchy patch on the scalp does not improve, becomes rough, scaly, or tender, it may signal something more serious. As we age, the skin's ability to repair an itchy, crusty patch that does not heal could be an early warning sign. What makes this especially important is that the scalp is not a place we easily see. You may feel irritation, but you may not clearly observe the changes unless someone else points them out. That is why persistent itching in this area deserves attention rather than dismissal. Consider a man named Charles, 79, who noticed a small itchy patch near the top of his head. He assumed it was dry skin and ignored it for months. Eventually, during a routine haircut, his barber mentioned that the spot looked unusual. When Charles had it examined, it turned out to be a precancerous lesion that required simple treatment. Because it was caught early, the outcome was positive. The key lesson here is not fear, it's awareness. After 70, your skin tells stories about your health. A spot that itches occasionally and resolves is usually harmless. But a spot that persists, changes in texture, bleeds easily, or grows larger should not be ignored. There is also a psychological aspect. Many seniors hesitate to seek evaluation for something that seems minor. They don't want to overreact. But wisdom in later life is not about ignoring signals. It's about responding thoughtfully. Paying attention to your scalp and asking someone you trust to check areas you cannot easily see is a simple but powerful habit. When you treat small concerns with seriousness, you protect your future comfort. Your body is not betraying you, it is communicating. And when you listen carefully, especially after 70, you give yourself the best chance at maintaining health and confidence for years to come. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue. Number 5, an itchy spot around the genital or anal area. The fifth itchy spot that seniors must never ignore is persistent itching around the genital or anal area. This is a topic many older adults feel uncomfortable discussing, but after 70, avoiding the conversation can allow small problems to quietly grow into larger ones. Itching in this region can have many causes. Sometimes it is simple irritation from moisture, friction, or sensitive skin. Sometimes it is related to hemorrhoids or mild fungal infections. But when the itching becomes intense, lasts for weeks, causes thickened skin, visible sores, bleeding, or changes in color, it may signal something more serious. As skin ages, it becomes thinner and more delicate. The natural protective barrier weakens. Conditions that once resolved quickly may linger longer or become recurrent. Persistent scratching, even when done unconsciously at night, can damage the skin and create tiny breaks. Once the skin barrier is compromised, bacteria and fungi can enter more easily, increasing the risk of infection. In some cases, chronic itching in the genital or anal area can be associated with conditions such as lichen sclerosis, chronic dermatitis, or, in rare cases, certain forms of skin cancer. These conditions are often highly treatable when caught early, but when ignored, they may progress and require more complex care. Consider a woman named Patricia, aged 78, who experienced persistent itching in the genital area. She assumed it was simply dryness related to aging and felt embarrassed to bring it up. Months later, the skin became fragile and painful. When she finally sought evaluation, she was diagnosed with a treatable inflammatory skin condition. With proper treatment, her discomfort improved significantly.
No part of your body becomes unimportant simply because it is private. Healthcare professionals are trained to address these concerns respectfully and professionally. Seeking help is not a sign of weakness, it's a sign of wisdom. Persistent itching in the genital or anal region that does not improve with basic hygiene, or is accompanied by pain, unusual discharge, bleeding, or visible changes, should always be evaluated. Early treatment often brings quick relief. delay can create unnecessary complications and prolonged discomfort. There is also an emotional component. Many seniors grew up in a time when discussing intimate health issues was discouraged. But protecting your health now requires openness. Silence can allow small issues to become serious ones. Listening to your body, even when the message feels uncomfortable, is a form of self-respect. The goal is not to assume the worst. The goal is to ensure that what is simple remains simple. After 70, awareness is protection, and protection preserves independence, dignity, and peace of mind. Final thoughts. As we reflect on these 5 itchy spots, the scalp, lower legs, beneath the chest area, the back, and the genital or anal region, take a moment to consider your own body. Have you dismissed any persistent itching as something minor? Have you assumed that discomfort is simply part of aging? The truth is, after 70, your body still communicates clearly. Itchy spots are not always dangerous, but when they persist, change in appearance, bleed, or fail to heal, they deserve attention. Listening early often prevents serious consequences later. This is not about fear, it's about awareness. You've lived through decades of experience. You understand that small signals matter. The same principle applies to your health. Protecting your skin protects your independence. It protects your confidence. It allows you to continue living actively, comfortably, and with